Hey dude, what's up? Oh, nothing much, just hanging out with my chameleons. What are you doing here? Heard you're starting a reptile channel. Wait, who told you that? Dude, you got a big mouth and everyone knows. You've been talking about it for a year now, but I'm totally not ready yet. Why don't you just start it already? You're never gonna be ready. But my first video has to be perfect. Dude, your first video is never gonna be perfect. Just do it. But I don't even know where to begin. I don't know, why don't you just tell your story while you're starting this channel? I'm sure people will watch it. Fine. Can we just roll the tape already? Have you ever just looked at an animal and been totally mesmerized by the way with its colorful physique that it seems so out of this world? Or stunned by how gracefully it moves in an element different than ours? Or shocked how it strikes at its prey at lightning fast speeds? Or confused how it blends in with its environment that it doesn't even seem real? Or intimidated by how powerful it is in its striking pose? I know I have. I spent a lot of time being sucked into this fascinating world of reptiles, learning how they adapt to their environments, all the different places of the world they come from, what they eat, and it's so cool how they come in so many different color patterns in their dinosaur-like physiques. And it feels like I'm just on a never-ending quest of learning about them, and it's just so exhilarating. It brings me so much joy to learn about them. And you know, I do owe a lot to reptiles. And why do you ask? Well, here's part of my story. So a few years ago, I should have lost my life in a car accident. Something was watching over me that day. However, that day I totally did feel like I died. I was never the same again after that. I went on a spiraling depression state where I just got into drugs and alcohol. I threw a career path that I went to college for. I almost became homeless. I was in thousands of debt into my credit cards. But along the way, I got a chameleon as a pet, and that chameleon just it brought me so much joy to have that chameleon in my life. It just set me on this path that made me want to do better. And as my collection grew, so did my happiness, but I still wasn't like that. I still haven't had my life together yet. And it made me realize that it wasn't fair to these animals to keep them if I couldn't better myself for them. So eventually I got a really good career path going now. I'm finally a first-time homeowner. And now I got my life back on track, and I just feel so thankful for these reptiles because it really is thanks to them that put me on this path. You know, for years now, I just always felt like that weird kid that kept reptiles, and that every time that I talked about them, society would just see me as some kind of creep. But as time progressed further on, I started meeting similar like individuals who shared the same passion as me. They would educate me, they would inspire me on all the cool things that they were doing. And as time went on, people were supporting me more and more with this hobby. So my passion began to skyrocket in the things I was doing, and my love for this hobby keeps growing more and more by the day. That I love being known as that weird kid that keeps reptiles now. What can I say, guys? I freaking love reptiles. Guys, I think I have 99 problems, but being alone in this hobby is not one of them. And now that I know that I'm not alone in this hobby, and that it's so much bigger than I thought it was, I'm now able to further expand my web of knowledge thanks to the amazing underground reptile scene that I've discovered. I've been able to learn so much from people over the years to help me better these amazing creatures. I've been able to learn things that I never thought I would have, such as plant care, nutrition for these reptiles that I could even apply to myself, from web designing, marketing, and video editing, and so much more. I'll say it wasn't easy learning all these things, but thanks to the community I was able to, and I want to be able to give back to the community now. Over time, I've built a following, and people have consistently asked me for advice in this hobby. Is it true that chameleons blend in with their environment? Can I keep a gecko and a turtle together? Dude, do you think I could lick a frog and gain superpowers? Tell me that you love me. And it's honestly hard to explain a lot of the things I do via text, so I decided that it's best to do it through video editing where people can further go into depth and have a better understanding. With that said, I want to further go beyond just being a reptile breeder / keeper. I want to inspire people, I want to educate people, I want to be inspired, I want to be educated from others. I want to help build a community to help further better this hobby for these amazing creatures. And with that being said, I've decided to do content creation through YouTube. And if any of this interests you, then I encourage you to hit that smash, like, and subscribe button down below and follow me on this journey. My name's Ryan, and you're watching Mighty Morphing Reptiles.